Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Namaste. In this session we will discuss about multiple generations at workplace. After this session you should be able to recognize the multiple generations at workplace, identify the prominent features of different generations, appreciate the issues and challenges for different generations, particularly pertaining to their behavior at work, and we will also interrogate the best ways of engaging various generations at workplace. Why we should bother about this topic? Why to study intergenerational relationship in organizations? Very first and basic reason is that probably first time in the history in the large organizations we are having 3 or 4 generations of the people working together. Different generations grow up at different times, naturally that affects their psychographical profile, and that happens to be different from each other, and any kind of difference in the worldview or approach reflected in the psychographic profile is bound to result into some altercation or misunderstanding. So, we need to recognize that in order to respect the diversity across the generation, we need to understand the generations and appreciate the strength and the limitations of each generation. So, we need to recognize that different generations respond differently to different organizational or HR practices like talent management, employee engagement, etc. So, that is why we need to study generations closely. Transferring firm specific knowledge and skill from the retiring employee to the new job incumbent is one of the very important challenges and activity of HR function and function of the overall organization. If we wish to enhance the effectiveness of the knowledge transfer across the generations, we need to study the generations more carefully. A 2005 study conducted by Accenture found that at least 45% of the respondent organizations think that they are failing, they are not doing the workforce knowledge transfer very efficiently. Nature of the task to be conducted at workplaces are also becoming more and more complex. With more and more complexity, you have more and more specialists working in teams which bring complementary skills. Because of the increasing complexity of task, naturally in a team multiple people will be coming from multiple generations. So, the tasks like robotics or biomedical research or digitization, they are multidisciplinary in nature. Not only multidisciplinary, they involve multiple generations of technology as well, and because of that different generations are comfortable with different kinds of technologies involved in a particular project, and that is why we need to understand how different generations respond to different stimulants, how their psychographic profile are similar or different. Lack of engagement at workplace is almost like a pervasive problem. We discussed in the session on employee engagement that more than 70% of employees at workplace worldwide, according to the surveys published by Gallup, are not fully or well engaged at workplace. One of the reasons for the lack of engagement is poor communications across generations. In order to address this issue, we need to study generations more carefully, we need to understand the generations more carefully. Comfort with technology, preference for leadership style, different response to different issues are natural ways of expression of the generational differences. Generations have to be understood in context of these particular types of stimuli. Asia Pacific region has world's most positive view about generational diversity, with 44% respondents are confident that it contributes to workplace productivity. This may be related to the cultural profile of these countries as well, because in these countries, so in these cultures, old age also commands respect naturally. Nonetheless, as we discussed in the previous session, diversity enhances the productivity, innovation, creativity. Multiple generation is one of the aspects of diversity, and that is also likely to enhance the productivity, innovation and efficiency of organizations and the teams if we manage the multiple generations carefully. What do we mean by generation? Definition, basic definition of generation means two essential components. Number one, it is common, it has a common location in historic time period. So, they are related to a particular time period, and second, they have a distinct consciousness as a result of the important event during that time period. So, these two factors shape generations. Generations are built on identity. Identity can come in an organization, can come because of the entry in the organization of people in a particular time, and that is called cohort based identity. Identity can come from the natural age of the employees. So, that brings the age based identity. Identity can also come from my belonging to a particular community. It is based on my kinship, and based on the kinship we can have incumbency based identity. Generations are chronologically linked, generations are not watertight compartments, generations interact with each other. So, there is a transmittive characteristics across the generations. Multiple source of identities work in the organization. Organization are the places where identities emerge from multiple sources, and a particular identity can be provoked at certain point of time based on organizational clues or external events.